When we talk about cuts, I think that, as Willie has said, we very much need to see other things that the government is planning as linked. Because what the government is saying in relation to its proposals for a big society and its proposals for privatising public services are very much tied together, not least because the government is using its privatisation, is using the cuts and using the recession as an excuse for its privatisation plan. On the big society, we're seeing more and more attempts by the government to ask voluntary organisations to run public services, and what those voluntary organisations say when you speak to them around the country is, yes, in principle we're interested in taking on more services, certainly those we have experience of running, but we can't do it without the resources. And if you're going to cut back, or if you're only going to fund us on a year-by-year or month-by-month basis, we're not going to be able to plan, we're not going to be able to give that security. And actually, in many cases, national government and local government are asking voluntary organisations to run public services that they've not got any previous experience of running, whether that be social service provision, whether it be schools, and so on. So I think there is a real issue of expertise and resources. And whilst we as a party want to promote more involvement in the running of public services, and in relation to schools, for example, we want to promote more, say, for teachers and parents and children, indeed, in the running of schools. I think we as a party need to be making very clear that that must be within the context of having schools run by the local education authority, with having social services under the local council, so that we do keep the confidence of having a welfare state, that we don't end up eroding the basic principles of the welfare state that's been developed in this country over more than 100 years now, and which, whilst we make very valid criticisms about Labour's privatisation, we still have got a better welfare state than many countries in the world. So I think we've got to stand up for that. I think we need to stand up against the plans to have more and more academy schools, which will be giving more private companies influence over education. I think we need to remind people that Labour brought in academy schools and were very keen on them right up to the election, and that even where they pretend to be taking a different position now, that really was them who were pushing it before.